Some competitive shooters file down parts of the gun to make it easier to pull the trigger quickly.
They've got it set to where they go off so easily when they fire 2 rounds instead of 1 and feed so fast.
The result is called doubling, which sometimes occurs as the gun recoils. A recoil is the backward force created by the explosion pushing the gun up in the air. Each type of gun recoils differently.
A .45 creates a recoil up and to the left.
Kirk Parks had the task of producing the computerized proof, a fact-based animation of what happened. His firm specializes in forensic animation. Parks videotaped hundreds of .45 caliber pistol shots using the same type pistol and ammunition. He used this footage to create an exact computerized reproduction of the recoil for the animation.
We shot the video from the top of the weapon, and we shot it from the side, and we shot it from the front.
Next, Parks created wireframe models of a competitive shooter in action, and then animated Irwin's laser studies of the firing range and the bullet path to complete the picture.
It produced the exact results necessary to generate the bullet path that was surveyed, up and to the left.
I can't say for sure that the gun doubled, but all of the evidence seems to indicate that it did, and it fired during the uncontrollable recoil.
This forensic animation was able to show what happened to Trey Cooley on the morning of September 29, 1991. But the animation showed that the bullet took a remarkable journey, one which almost defied belief. When Trey Cooley entered the Dallas Pistol and Revolver Club on September 29, 1991, the range was a tragedy just waiting to strike. Outside on the firing range behind the airgun building, Dan Smith, one of the last competitors of the day, steps up to the 15-yard line. This moves him in front of 2 sets of safety baffles. Using a modified gun, Smith takes aim and squeezes the trigger. In a fraction of a second, another shot is fired during the recoil phase of the original shot. It happens so quickly, the shooter doesn't know it left the gun. The bullet misses the target high and to the left. Traveling upwards, it passes underneath the last set of protective baffles and just 3 inches over the berm. It's speeding at 1,200 feet per second. The bullet blasts through the aluminum siding, goes through a storage room, misses a broom and some pipes by less than an inch, and then breaks through a second wall, entering the airgun range. Then, the bullet does something unbelievable. It strikes an ordinary ceiling tile, and for some unknown reason, it doesn't blast straight through into the roof. Instead, it skids along the tile for 7 inches before mysteriously changing direction, making a 10-degree turn and begins a downward path. It slows to about 900 feet per second, penetrates a plaster wall, and enters Trey Cooley's head. The Cooley family filed a negligence suit against the gun club and individuals involved with the competition. The judge who presided over the civil case was impressed with the visual and computerized evidence.
I've been on the bench 6.5 years, and I would say that's in the top 2 or 3 or 4 in terms of just the professionalism and the effectiveness of the demonstrative evidence brought into court.
The Cooley's attorney says the forensic animation and model explained this tragedy in a way nothing else could.
I could not have possibly gotten the result that I got on behalf of the Cooley family without them.
The animation also helped Butch Cooley understand what had happened to his son. But there is still little peace for Trey's dad.
What's peace? You just take it a day at a time.
Change just one thing, and Trey Cooley might be alive today. The range.
It wouldn't have happened because I would not have allowed that competition to occur on that particular range.
The gun.
They may not even be aware that it's double firing or slam firing on them. They may think it's properly functioning.
The bullet.
If it had been a softer bullet, they may not have ricocheted as much, would not have had the velocity.
Or if the shooter had been standing at the proper firing line, the shot would have hit the baffle or flown over the building. But why did this fatal bullet change direction as it hit the soft ceiling tile instead of blasting straight through as it did with the hard walls?
Bullets can do incredible things they're not expected to do.
These thoughts haunt Butch Cooley. No explanation can ease the pain felt by a father who woke his son early one September morning.
Should have let him sleep.